The views and opinions of the host and of the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of the show, Otaku PH, and of Global TV Network.
Yes! Maganda hapon sa lahat. Good afternoon everyone and welcome to the Animazing Show. Of course, ako inyong host, pansamantala. This is David Angelo, Master Pogi PH. Magandang hapon sa inyo lahat, mga disimulo ko. At syempre kasama ko ang napakagaling, napakagandang si IK.
Yeah, magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Unfortunately, wala si Ralph today because he has some priorities working on right now. Pero hello pa rin sa iyo dyan, Ralph. I hope you're doing well and namimiss ka namin, of course.
Miss ka na namin, Ralph. Susulat kang madalas, ha?
Yeah.
Okay, kamusta naman? Anong pinagkabalaan mo nitong mga nakaraang linggo? I know, na-miss tayo ng marami kasi wala tayo last week dahil nga sa mga nangyari dito sa bansa natin. No? Bumuno tayo ng 4 na bagyo. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, kamusta week mo?
Of course, naman yun. The times were very much stressful right now dahil sa bagyo. Pero me and my friends are doing what we can to provide support, provide help, especially si Ralph. Kudos to his streaming for a cause. Sobrang naging maganda yon for the people na nangangailangan ng tulong. And of course, to all other people out there in the Filipino otaku community who are doing their best to provide help as well. Kudos also to Triple E sa kanilang online posting for a cause.
Wow, that's nice.
And also thank you din sa mga kaibigan natin dyan sa Team Okigakuen who took part in the online posting session for a cause. Ayan.
Wow. Ito yung maganda sa mga Pilipino, talaga nagtutulungan tayo. No? So, kudos to everyone. We can do this. We are resilient. But syempre, dapat sana talaga mapaganda pa ito. And anyway, ako naman, naging busy sa mga shows din natin. And syempre, I've hosted illegal wildlife trafficking webinar. So, bukas meron ulit saka sa Tuesday. Kasi medyo nagkakaroon ng problema sa illegal wildlife trafficking sa Mindanao. Anyway, ano mga pinapanood mong anime ngayon? Yan naman.
Naku, ang dami. Of course, di ba? Okay. I've been watching Jujutsu Kaisen. Which is a sobrang lit talaga na anime na I really recommend na panoorin nyo. Also, watching out yung I'm Standing on a Million Lives.
Wow.
And yung Tonikawa, Over the Moon for You. Like, sobrang, itong Tonikawa, it's very much about shoujo manga, about shoujo anime, about marriage, diba? Like, it's pretty much about yung two people fall in love, getting married, and having the time together as a married couple. Syempre naman, diba? As we all know, hindi naman din madali yung married life. Pero the perks that we have, it's very worth it naman, diba? Anyway.
Ako naman, nanood naman ako ng rerun. I've rewatched Hunter x Hunter recently. Lalo na itong Green Island and of course the Chimera Ant arc. So I watched it again kasi talaga napakaganda ng story ng Hunter x Hunter. One of my most favorite anime is really Hunter x Hunter, then Dragon Ball Z of course. And of course, Ajin, yan. Hindi pa kayo pa napapanood. Underrated, one of the underrated anime talaga is Ajin. It's a very good anime. Yan. Of course, muna tayo sa ating Animazing news for this weekend show. Mukhang maganda yung pagkabalita mo nito. Let's take it away for our Animazing news.
The hit anime Code Geass will be announcing a new project on December 5 via YouTube Live, and fans around the world will get the chance to witness it. Fans have been speculating where it can be an anime film, another season, a spin-off or OVA, an event, an exhibition, or even a game, but the hype will surely keep fans on their toes. The official website of Dr. Stone has revealed 3 new cast members for their sequel, Stone Wars, which will be premiering on January 2021. The new cast includes Kensho Ono, Yoshiki Nakajima, and Atsumi Tanizaki. Ono Kensho has been known for his roles in Kuroko no Basket as Kuroko Tetsuya, and in JoJo's Bizarre Adventures as Giorno Giovanna. Yoshiki Nakajima is also well known for his role in Makoto in Ingress, and he is also the Japanese voice actor for Neptune of the American animation series Ruby. Atsumi Tanizaki is also well known as Miyu Amano from Blind S and Ryo Futaba from Bunny Girl Senpai. Hololive English member Takanashi Kiara announces that on November 26, Hinatori, her first ever original single, will be released. The music video is currently under production by Monica Liope. The VTuber also mentioned that she will be releasing her voice pack soon. The official Twitter of the film adaptation of Josie, The Tiger and the Fish, has revealed a new key visual and promotional video of the film on Wednesday. The film is set to premiere on Japanese theaters by Christmas Day, December 25th. Josie, The Tiger and the Fish is created by Seiko Tanabe and it's animated by Studio Bones, and the OST will be performed by Eve, entitled Blue Waltz. The creator of Naruto, Masashi Kishimoto, returns to take over Ukyo Kodashi as the writer for Boruto, Naruto Next Generations. This took effect on the current issue of V-Jump, which was released yesterday starting with chapter 52 of the manga series. Kodashi has shown his gratitude for the support he has received for the current 13 volumes and asks everyone to support Kishimoto from here on out. This is IQ Divina for the Animazing News.
Yon, napakaganda ng update. Alam mo yung Ingress, I've played Ingress I think about 1.5 year ago. It was a very good game kasi habang nakasakay ka sa MRT, you can play, you can attack parang mga real life structures. So I've initially watched Ingress, although in some way as a player of the game, I find it a little bit na parang naiba kasi yung kwento kasi Ingress is a game that has a story generated by the creators. So on the anime end, I'm a bit disconnected. So probably I'll try to sink in my heads again to it. But it's a good anime though. If you will not connect it directly to the game. So yun. Dr. Stone, di ko pa napapanood. Nakakatuwa lang, Stone Wars. Baka magbatuhan sila doon.
True. Anyway, that's this Dr. Stone, which mind you was already up streaming on Netflix start nung mga around November pa. And I've actually some of my friends are been watching Dr. Stone ever since it first aired on Japan sa mga streaming sites, of course. And of course, they're really talking about the Stone Wars, which is a very interesting arc according to the fans. And having these voice actors, especially Kensho Ono, which is si Kensho Ono yung talagang kaabang-abang dito because he's really much well known for his role as dun sa Kuroko no Basket and sa JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. And alam mo yun, di ba? Kensho Ono yan di ba? It's
when it comes naman to anime, there are tons of new anime coming into Netflix. I don't know if the Animazing show has already discussed it, but sobrang dami ng paparating na anime talaga sa Netflix. In 2021, I think Netflix is really concentrating on anime next year, no? Kasi I think titles like Marvel will be probably jumping out of Netflix very soon because Disney Plus, they will already be streaming Marvel titles and other connected titles to Disney on Disney Plus. So, yun, anime talaga papunta ng Netflix.
And of course, I would like to also update there was just in nito lang. Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited is now streaming on Netflix as well. So sa mga Netflix users na hindi pa nakakapanood ng Fugo KJ dyan, panoorin nyo na. I really recommend this anime. This is because this is a very refreshing thriller anime na, na talagang kahumalingan nyo at kaiingitan nyo dahil sa dami ng pera ni Kambe Daisuke. Anyway.
Ayan, mukhang may fan ni Ono Ken dito sa nanonood sa atin. Hi, Ran Tubig. Good
Hi,
afternoon
Ran.
sa'yo. Hi, Ran. So yun, habang iniintay natin ang ating mga guests, let's get an update from our weekly segment from the prolific and napakagaling na kasama natin sa community na si Jay Agonoy of Keepsakes for our Animazing community!
Hey guys, Jay Agonoy po. Welcome back sa ating Animazing community. Now, there's something different in my setup right now, and yes, I'm doing this recording at nighttime. So, hapon pa lang, para tayo na sa ibang time zone. But yeah, while I'm focusing on finishing all the stuff on my work, I saw this news that MPA, the Motion Pictures Association of America, their lawyers are trying to shut down niya.si, which is basically the Pirate Bay of anime. There is something to talk about always about the anime community, the Animazing community, pero this one parang it's a perennial problem na piracy. Okay, my thoughts on piracy is that walang magpa-pirate kung available yung access sa mga fans. Years and years of piracy had taught us na we can explore better series than the ones being broadcast on satellite television, on broadcast television, Yeah, basically yung mga yung paulit-ulit na anime sa local TV and all that. When it comes to the internet, there's more. Diyan natin natutunan yung mga deconstruction, yung mga madoka, yung mga there's a lot Well, of course, isekai. Have you ever seen a new anime series being broadcast on TV nowadays? Ilan lang, or most of the time wala talaga. It's a really niche resource. Well, then you got Netflix, yes. Pero yung scope ng Netflix is either you have to access proxy or you have to really go somewhere else just to get the anime title kung hindi available sa Netflix. Well, Netflix is now becoming a powerhouse in the anime industry. They did much better than Amazon. They did much better. In the context of Southeast Asia, they did much better than Crunchyroll. And last time we talked about Crunchyroll being acquired by the Sony anime mafia, cartel. The Sony anime monopoly. Yeah. Now we talk about MPA lawyers trying to shut down niya.si. Of course, we saw Niya's reaction. Basically, anime cartel. Ako din nagtaka, anime cartel. So there's now anime monopoly and there's now an anime cartel, which I don't know. Ang opinion ko kasi sa mga cartel is that sila rin ang kumikita. Well, that's on my standpoint as a consumer na pwede natin sabihin na yung mga animation artists, yung mga nasa animation industry, hindi rin yan kumikita ng mataas pag may dagdag na trabaho because of course, may mga licensors and all that, and napakahirap It's easy to assume that the industry and not the animators themselves, yung mga nasa baba talaga ng pyramid, yung nakikinabang pagdating sa mga cartel na ito. It's easy to assume like that. And that's how I'm going there, It's really easy to assume. So, bago pa ako maubusan ng oras dito, my opinion on this case is yung pag-shutdown ng niya, they will never shut it down because they really said it very clear. To briefly address this, we have no plans to shut down or quit at this time. If we do choose to shut down eventually, we will make a public database dump for any successor entity to use. We will not be just disappearing like our predecessor site, leaving everyone else on their own. Remember, this is the second iteration of Nya, the Pirate Bay of anime, as they say. And yeah, to cap this off, sabi ng Nya sa Twitter, do we sell cocaine now in your head canon? What the hell is an anime cartel? Please limit your fanfic posting in public. It's giving me second-hand embarrassment. But really, it's embarrassing na walang paraan para makapanood ng anime na very rare. And then, these people are trying to cut it off. So, I think that's about it for my opinions on the Animazing community. Back to you guys.
So yun, no. Thank you, Jay Agonoy. Though I am really, I'm on the other side of the copyright issue. Kasi technically, no, yung pinag-uusapan ni Jay sa Animazing community. Siguro I could really sympathize with, with watching pirated anime titles way back 2000, 2005. Since talagang there's no way to watch anime except to pirate even CDs, no? Andyan nga yung CS Central dati. But right now, I think, if this is my stand, no, personally. If you love anime, you gotta watch it legally. Otherwise,
Yes.
if you watch it pirated, you download it, you pirate it, you're not giving the proper care for anime. Kasi these people are paying, the designers, the animators and everything. Mahirap po mag-animate. My son is an animator, is studying animation, and it's very hard. So kung nanakawin lang natin, it's a disservice to them. So talagang watch legally. Magtiis na lang tayo kung wala pa. Tsagaan muna natin. Yeah, that's my side. No? Alam ko may mga magagalit sabihin, kasi wala kaming pera eh. Wala kaming perang pampanood. Magalit na sila, pero if you don't have money to watch it, just don't watch. Okay? Tsaga ka muna. Hintayin mo kaibigan mo. Makishare ka sa Netflix. Diba? Pero naman ang Netflix account mo para makapanood ako. Pero naman ang ganito mo. Diba? But we should support legal things and legal anime. Right now, that's the best thing to do. That's my opinion. So.
Kasi this has been like a very trending topic among the community, especially ever since na nawala yung kiss anime sa ating yung kumbaga wala nang kiss anime, wala nang yung kumbaga yun yung main source ng karamihan ng mga anime fans, especially those na sadly kasi hindi naman din lahat afford ang Netflix, hindi naman din lahat afford mag-premium, Crunchyroll or Funimation or do some sort of parang proxy. May mga hindi lahat. Not everyone can do that.
We could argue all afternoon, but Netflix is just the lowest price is 159 pesos. I don't think na reason you can't afford Netflix. I don't think that.
However, yun nga, before,
you also have Crunchyroll, which is free. It's just parang ka nagnanakaw. If you're stealing, it's like you're stealing. It's a crime. Piracy is a crime. Come on, di ba?
Yan nga. However, yun nga, because also meron din ng sentiments ang ibang tao, of course. Even before the mobile plan for Netflix was even out, like it wasn't even an option. I actually tried that time na wala. I already had a Netflix account before the mobile plan was released. Na talaga nagbayad talaga ako ng literal na 400 pesos for that. So I kind of realized and I empathize with the sentiments of the others, but of course, like David said, it's still a crime because if you steal content or steal
there's
anything,
a technique, no? There's this site called you generate emails. You can generate emails. Then you generate emails. Then you subscribe to Netflix. There's a one month free subscription, and then after 1 month you create another email. Then you resubscribe to Netflix for another free account. That's a legal thing, no? You're using a legal thing to subscribe to Netflix. Free naman eh. So, but it's okay. They have their sentiment, but I don't think kasi parang ano yan eh. Parang halimbawa, tulad nung there's someone caught stealing on the grocery. Kasi pangkain to ng pamilya ko eh. Kailangan ko to, wala akong pambili. It's the same thing as that, di ba? So
Yes.
if it's a crime, if it's illegal, it's illegal.
Yes, and of course,
I'm really sorry, guys. So if you will hate me for that, I will accept. But we should support. I really love anime. I have seen, ang baba, kasabi nga ni Ran ang baba ng hindi naman ganun kalaki ang sweldo ng mga seiyus, ng mga animators. So, let's support them. Okay, good.
Anyway, yun nga, by streaming legally, everyone, you're giving credit to where it's due. You are giving the animators a living. Especially if you watch yung YouTube video yung sa Asian Boss, there are a lot of animators right now who are undercompensated. And piracy is one of the factors or the reason why na ganun yung nagiging buhay ng mga animators natin. Although there are people right now who are providing help for these animators, it might not gonna be enough for the long run. So I really recommend to stream legally and as much as possible doon kayo sa mismo mga legit na streaming sites. And of course right now marami tayong opportunities ngayon kung saan kayo pwede makapanood ng anime. Meron na tayong mga legal YouTube channels na nagpapalabas ng anime. Netflix has already released a mobile plan, like na mention kanina ni David, and of course, meron tayong Crunchyroll, meron tayong Funimation, and marami pang iba. Another issue, why some anime fans who resort to this
Sagutin natin yan later, no? Kasi, we have our guests. We will answer that by Pablo later on our show. But right now, let's introduce our very special guest because I know they still have a shoot to attend to later on. So guys, eto na. Kasama natin ngayong hapon ang dalawa sa mga sikat na cosplayer ng ating henerasyon. Henerasyon Jujel. So yun. I really have to beat them still, I think. So eto na mga kaibigan, ating aalamin kung paano nga ba sila nakapag-cosplay sa new normal. No? Nakapag-cosplay pa rin sa new normal. Nakita kayo mga cosplay na, lulupit. Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome Zackt and Roxanne Kho. Yes, good afternoon, guys. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Welcome sa Animazing Show. Ang gaganda naman ng guwapo ng ating guest. Ayan. I heard na Roxanne is a friend of Alodia. So nakita kami nun dati. Yung nag-Master Pogi ako noon, siya yung judge nung when I joined as Mr. Satan from Dragon Ball. That's one of my best cosplay. Masaya kasi mag-Mr. Satan. People are laughing. You can prank people, di ba? Getting away with it.
Very iconic character.
Yes, one of the character that get away, joking around with people, trying to, prank a joke with them. So, yan. So, yan. How are you guys? Kamusta ba kayo ngayon?
Okay naman.
We're doing fine. Prepping up for some more newer projects that are upcoming.
Yes. I have a shoot later after this.
Wow. Busy talaga.
Yes.
So siguro,
Pretty
unahin na natin yung tanong ng isa sa ating para sa kanila na si kay Ralph. No? Mahalaga to kasi wala si Ralph dito, so bigyan natin ng first-hand question si Ralph. Ano kaya yung tanong ni Ralph na to? Yan, sisingin siya sa gitna ng ating screen in 1, 2, 3, 2, 1.
Hi Sir Zackt, Miss Roxanne, this is Ralph. One of the hosts. Pero wala po ako dyan today because of a meeting. Pero I just want to share na I met Miss Roxanne and Sir Zackt in a convention back in 2019. It was Halloween. I think it's Otaku Zine Halloween, I think. Then that was the first convention that I've been to after 4 years of working. So I was so excited. Tapos parang that time kasi I forgot my interest and my love for anime and convention. So that was the very first time. And then I saw Sir Zackt wearing his Giyu cosplay, and then Miss Roxanne with her Shinobu Kocho. So we're so excited. I took pictures, I interviewed them, I got their cards, and I even invited them to be on our show in ABS-CBN before. Then after that, kinabukasan I started my cosplay vlog as well. So it was really my dream to interview both of you. So
Oh, it got
So yun,
cut.
eto yung tanong niya.
wala, hindi ko man kayo may interview, pero ito po ang tanong ko. Sorry sa sharing pero ito po ang tanong ko. Now that you have this kind of a reach and known for being one of the new cosplayers who are really into this craft, no? What other things that you still wanted to do? Yun lang. You have your advocacies, you have your cosplays for a cause, so meron pa po ba kayong ibang gustong i-pursue?
What's to,
Yan.
what's to go first? You?
I haven't. I
Uh,
actually didn't hear the question. Sorry. Medyo
so I think yes,
nawala
Ralph
yung
is
audio.
saying na you already have your advocacies and stuff. You have done, I think you have done many things already. Probably Ralph's question is, what do you still plan to do after all the things that you have done? Then let's get back in retrospective to how you started. Let's first start. What's your future plans? Let's start with Sak.
For future plans, I hope that because recently there was a typhoon, right? It was my first time. They call this starting a donation drive for people who were affected because as someone who has a platform, it's really hard not to take action because like if you have like a big audience, you have the social responsibility to help out in society, whether you're like a celebrity, like a person, a big personality or what. So I thought, maybe I could use like what I do to help out, those in need right now. And I guess one of my advocacies is for mental health because that's something that's very close to my heart. Um, I want to promote a healthier mental health. I want to promote no, healthier mental health mindset and to like help others out who are trying to cope with these conditions. And yeah, that's something I strongly advocate for because if we don't take care of our mental health as much as our physical health, it's going to be like it's going to affect you in all ways possible. So that's something I would like to work on next.
Wow, that's something cool. Mental health is really a big problem, especially during this all of this lockdown and pandemic. There's
Yeah,
even a
very much.
study
Yeah,
saying that it jumped like 40 to 50% problem.
that's true.
Nadagdagan talaga siya. Roxanne, how about
Yes.
you?
For me, same with Zach. I recently did a donation drive for the typhoon victims. So, um, I don't know if because I'm not so open about it. I don't know if a lot of people know that I work in the medical field. I'm a nurse and I studied medicine for 2 years. So most of my advocacy is mostly on health. Well, Zach is on mental health. I have I mean mental health is one part, but I mostly advocate good health because both of us, me and Zach, sakitan kami talaga, and it really stops you from doing what you do and all the plans you have um, already laid. So like for me, I want to advocate to people to stay healthy always para to take care of themselves more before doing what you want to do. Like, because you won't be able to do like the stuff you want if you're not healthy enough. So
True.
um,
Yeah.
balance lang siya between work, hobbies, and taking care of oneself. Ganun din siya. So, yan.
Wow, pretty interesting. So
And
I'm sure you're already cosplaying and doing a lot of stuff. IK, would you like to
yeah.
ask them
Kasi yan,
question?
I actually agree with the both of them eh. Kasi talagang, alam mo yun, ang hirap talagang magkasakit. To be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there would,
Especially this
whenever
time.
you get sick, it just stops. It just, maraming, everything will just come to a halt. Like, I should like to share, like, a few weeks ago, my mom got sick. Everything was like, the entire household chores were split. Since tatlo lang kami sa bahay and we're all women in here. So, most of the heavy jobs were na passed on sa akin and ganyan. So, we had to all had to do our part. But it was still hard, especially for me na I was also doing, I was also working on something, right, and also writing and everything. Pero yun nga, mahirap nga. And it's also hard seeing my mom suffering in there na nakahiga lang siya sa bed and then like, pahinga ka lang, mom. Yun nga, just rest there. We'll take care of the rest. And then eventually she got well and all is well
Good news,
naman.
good news, good
Yes,
news.
of course.
Yeah.
In terms of
Glad to hear that.
mental health, yeah, in terms of mental health naman, it's, alam mo yun, there is some parang, there's also sort of spectrum. Kasi there are a lot of people I know were just like afraid of sharing something, of sharing problems. Minsan magugulat na lang ako minsan they will just break down when it's just too late for them to seek help, mga ganun. And then, pero I don't know, I was all, when I see them, ako na yung suspicious for them and I just didn't know what to do at first but to listen to them lang. I knew there was something I had to do. But right now, I'm still working on it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to it. So we'll get to where you guys started. So yun nga. I would like to ask, like, how did you become an anime fan, and eventually, how did you become a cosplayer? Like, what was your first cosplay, of course? Where was would you like to share your most memorable moments, or like your turning points, or your big breaks as a cosplayer?
Want to go first?
Si Roxanne muna. Yeah.
Okay,
You
I'll go
muna.
first. Okay. I became an anime
Since you
fan
started first.
mostly because of my mom. She she used to buy a lot of card captor Sakura stuff, and we got into anime. We had a VHS pa before of card captor Sakura, and she bought a lot of merch.
Wow.
Parang lahat ng pillowcases and the beddings are anime. So like Hunter x Hunter and Ghost Fighter. I used to remember those when I was younger. So like she's a big part of it why I started watching anime. Regards to cosplaying, I discovered at the Alodia in Deviant Art back in around 2006, I guess. So she's one of the. I was surprised when I discovered that she was a Filipino. So like I thought at first she was like an international cosplayer, but when I discovered, oh, she's Filipino, so like maybe I can follow her. So after I graduated high school, I tried cosplaying a character in a con. That was my first. The first character I cosplayed in a con was Mary Makinami, Illustrious from Evangelion. So when I tried it, I found
Wow, Evangelion. Oh my
it
god.
was really fun,
Woo!
but it was um it was tiring but fun. Especially I discovered that it wasn't so easy as it seems. Like finding the resources for the wigs, the lenses, finding the right costumes because it was so scarce before. It's so hard to find costumes or tailors who can make really good costumes. So it was fun, and the process was really fun. And cosplay wasn't really well accepted before. So, and I had college. It was so busy, so I had a long hiatus. So I stopped for a while, then came back with the help of Zackt kasi pinilit niya ako when after I
May pilitan palang nangyari dito.
yeah, Because
I basically revived her cosplay life.
Cause
Hey.
after that hiatus, parang I felt like I didn't know anyone in the community anymore. So I was so anxious after my first con after the hiatus. Sabi ko parang, oh no, I was really anxious. I don't know anyone. I really don't know anyone at all na sa cons. Parang where are my friends? Wala. Parang they're all working na. They're not into cosplaying na. I was like, I really felt alone. Even if nandiyan si Zackt, parang it was just my anxiety. But eventually, I got to meet a lot of people, new people. I hung out with them. Tapos yun, parang I really enjoyed again. Tapos yun, na-addict na ulit.
Kailan ka, I mean, when did you return to cosplaying?
Um, 2016, I think.
Hmm.
Yeah,
2016.
that's right.
I stopped 2012, late 2012.
Parang papaganon pala kasi parang sabi, inaalala ko how I met you in events and everything kasi parang 2012 ako tapos parang 2016, 17, 18 I tried to be more on the side of organizing rather than cosplay kasi I cosplay before like Mr. Satan, Kratos from God of War. So parang after that I've been engaged naman in organizing. So parang iniisip ko na have I met them before kasi I've
Yeah,
been
yeah.
active in events so kaya
Yeah,
I think I have seen you in some cosplay events already. So paano ka
yeah,
naman
yeah, yeah.
nag-start?
For me, I started as an anime fan first. As an anime fan, I think most of us grew up watching anime like Dragon Ball, Ghost Fighter, Hunter x Hunter, yeah, Slam Dunk, the stuff, those early anime on local TV. So I guess that's my introduction to anime. It's something that everyone in your age like. Even our parents like grew up on anime. They started like showing like Voltus 5, Mazinger Z in local TV. So I guess that's my roots, but in local TV. That's where I started, discovered anime. So like after like I think the anime time slot back then was around afternoon. So every afternoon I would watch an episode of the anime that they were showing on those days, and then we go out. I go out with my neighbors, and then we started role playing the characters that we see on TV. So I guess
Reagan!
through the
Parang
year,
gano'n, no?
yeah, oh, gano'n na, kami.
Sabi
I
na
I
guess
used
yan!
to do that too.
I
Sobrang
think we all
tomboy
I
before.
think we all do that. Yeah, ayun. So I think as an artist that feeling stayed with me, wanting to role play characters, wanting to be emulate the characters that I love on the shows that I watch or the movies that I watch. So back in 2008, I I had access na to Animax and Hero TV. And they were constantly featuring cosplayers back in the day. And the very first one I discovered was yun nga, si Ate Alodia. So I saw how she really stood out from the rest. And then there were like people like Kaname who was also featured on Animax, and he was like the Cloud Strife of that time, like around 2008 to 2009. Everybody knows who Kaname was. So I saw how detailed and how intricate they do their cosplays, and I thought to myself like someday I want to be like that, and someday I want to try to do that. And then there were like moments in the house, and I was just like around 10, I guess. I would just rummage through the closet, my parents' closet, and just find some clothes that I can piece together into costumes. But I wasn't really satisfied with the stuff that I came up with, since back in the day, nga, for a 10-year-old, especially for a 10-year-old, the source for wigs, for costumes, it was pretty hard. Uh, yeah. So I decided like I'd put that dream aside first, and then I just continued studying and studying, and then until like 2014, I the access to costumes, to tailors and seamstresses who make costumes, and to stores that sell wigs they became more accessible for me, because back then I lived in the province. So when I moved to the city, I got to finally do cosplay. So I started around 2014 in cosplay formally. My very first character was Kenshin Himura from Rurouni Kenshin,
Wow.
and that was the same time that
Batusai.
yeah, I was the same. That was the same time that the sequels came out. Yeah, it's 2014, the same year.
Wow.
So that's like my very first cosplay and the very first con that I got to cosplay in. And it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed, being able to become the character that I love and to enjoy it with other people with similar interests. So that's how I
Wow.
started.
It's really nice. Sabi nga kanina when I'm talking to Ralph, I believe sabi ko na real cosplayers are those that, they know the characters that they are cosplaying. They love the anime. So, sabi ko, wow, now that I've
Yeah.
heard it, I would say na, yan talaga dapat pag cosplay ka, at least kahit konti talaga alam mo. But you two are really so into it. So, going into that, ano ba yung mga most memorable cosplay experience ninyo? Let's start with Roxanne.
Um, for me, siguro, my most memorable cosplay experience was last year when I was in Cebu. We met with our friend, um, if you know Wild Curry, Karen, and Night Coaster, Night. Um, they became our friends back in last year lang. So we had this mini shoot in the event area. So
Yeah.
like
That was a Cebu event kasi, and they were like the
yeah,
guests. So
yeah, they were the main guests. So we were one of the guests too, but and yeah, we were one of the guests then pair like the local guests kami. So like it was really memorable because we were not really that close pa before, but I felt the sincerity ng pagka-welcome nila sa amin. Like wala when we especially when we were eating together already after the dinner part, I felt like there was no barrier between us. Even if both of them have more achievements, more followers, more supporters, we felt like we were home and we felt so welcome. Parang there was an instant click with them talaga. So for me, it was more of them accepting us for who we are, even outside of cosplay, and not judging us of whether marami ba kaming followers or sino ba kami in the international cosplay community, parang ganun. So, parang
yeah,
I was so happy to have met those kind of people kasi hindi ko naman nila lahat. There are some people kasi who judges you on kung ano na yung na kung ano na yung naabot mo. Like, parang how many followers you have, parang ganun. Parang it's not that healthy. Pero we can't help it. There are some people like that talaga. So, yun. Parang, that was ArtCon 2019. So, yun yung
2019.
most memorable experience ko. The international cosplayers welcoming us na as us talaga, not as us na cosplayers with a standing, parang ganun.
Ano, the reality of that is if we really get to know the international cosplayers and even the international guests, no, they are more into, they would really like to engage their fans and the audience. Kahit nga nung sa APCC, nung malapitan mo yung guest, they will just roaming around the
Yes.
event.
Yeah, I
Yes,
remember
yes.
that. I ran into several guests.
Pero siyempre yung
During
mga
APC.
security, mga malalaking bouncer, siyempre,
Yeah,
palaging
yeah.
protective.
Yeah.
Pero sila gusto talaga nila kung pwede ka kakausapin, may kakausapin
Yes,
ka nila.
yes.
So that's
Yeah, that's true.
really amazing. How about you, Zackt?
Yeah. Me, I can add up on what Rock said. It was really memorable for me because um, one of my very uh, one of the people I really looked up to in cosplaying is Knight, and actually getting to be friends with him and become, actually collaborating with him on the day that we met is really, it was an amazing experience. And yun nga, sabi ni Roxanne, we had an instant click, instant connection, and they were like very enthusiastic to get to know us beyond cosplay. And until now, we're still in contact, and we're still talking about like future projects, future collaborations. So it's an amazing feeling that, you can connect with people um, who are overseas, even during the pandemic. But
Yes, yes.
on another note, one of my most memorable experiences was back when I started. When I started, I mentioned earlier, I started around 2014, and then but that was the year that I was really experimenting more into makeup. So uh, I didn't always put on full costumes since I had a limited budget back then, and I was just like a first year college student. Um, I started practicing like makeup transformations with very little makeup that we have here at home, and then I did not expect to be featured by the very person that introduced me to cosplaying, which is Alodia. She featured me on her page, and then I was just like a nobody. I was just a kid, but she reached out to me, and she told me that my works are she really liked the works. And for someone that you really look up to compliment you in such a way is very memorable, I guess, 'di ba? Like kahit sino naman siguro na to be acknowledged by their idols, it'll be a very memorable experience, no? So I guess that what that experience kept pushing me to keep on cosplaying, to keep on improving, to keep on loving and sharing the craft to the community. That was a big motivation boost for me. And that was like what, 6 years ago. So I'm like 6 years into cosplaying now since then.
Ako
So
talaga
that
hindi
was
ko
very memorable. Yeah.
makakalimutan. There's one time na I became a host of APCC. So one of my cosplays was Stone Cold Steve
Yeah, I
Austin, the
remember that.
wrestler. And then there was a ring, and then
Yeah.
there was a specific instruction that you just have to host. But I was like, oh my god, there's a ring, and it's everything that you need to cosplay Stone Cold. So I went there with the background music of Stone Cold, and I have a real beard. Talaga may beard. Tas I did it, and it was like, wow, the audience was, kasi sabi ko, magkakataon ko na to, di ba?
Yeah. Your time to shine. Yeah.
So that was awesome,
Ayun,
awesome experience.
ganun.
Kasi pag may
Yeah,
magkakataon
there
ka,
are
di
really
ba?
experiences like, oh, yeah.
So, IK, any questions
Just go
for
all
our
out,
guest?
no?
Siyempre
Ever.
naman.
Siguro, sige, aside from yun nga, most memorable, what were the most challenging naman in terms of cosplay? What were the most challenging times? Like, or most challenging cosplays na you've ever tried?
Wait lang, I have a lot. But siguro my most challenging cosplay so far is I have two actually. One is Momo from Boku no Hero, cause her outfit has like this open in the chest here. So I didn't know
Yeah.
how the physics of the costume was not possible. So like I was debating with my tailor how would we do it. So in the end um we came to an agreement na maglagay ng mesh on the upper on the middle part of it. But in the end, I caught it because parang nag, nahihila niya yung boobs ko pababa. Parang it's not nice. So like what I did is to glue every corner of the fabric until my belly. So like it's all glued. Pag ganon.
Yeah, just to be safe, right? Because you
Just
never
to be
know.
safe. Because it's,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know when it's gonna pop or something. Yeah, so that's one of my most challenging because how and when will it pan siya matitibay, like the con was around 10 hours, so like parang I'm always looking at bibigay ka na ba, bibigay ka na ba.
Dito katulad sa US, no? Kasi from the US, there's something like a cosplay medic. Dito wala pang ganun. Maganda yun ang gawin
So
natin
there
in
are
the
some
future, di ba?
people,
Yeah,
we have
it happened.
friends.
Yeah.
Parang may
Yeah.
station
Yeah,
na
people
whenever you
around.
have a problem, you go there and then they fix you up. Diba?
And the second
Yeah,
most
it's
challenge,
nice siguro, no?
yeah. And the second most challenging character for me is my recent one, yung Jean.
Ah,
Because
yun.
yes, because Zackt mostly makes my stuff, like the armor parts and stuff, and I really doubted myself in making those, like the sword, the bracers, and the other things na nakakabit sa kanya. I was so nervous of doing it because I didn't know how to do it, but I always watch and help him when he does it. So I think I learned naman. So, nung photo shoot na sabi ko, I hope it looks nice in the photos. Kasi sobrang baguhan ko lang in crafting. Though I know how to do it, I don't do it usually. So, like, it took me 1.5 weeks to do the sword, the bracers, and other stuff na nakakabit sa kanya. Plus, it was so hard kasi kakalabas lang ng Genshin before to find references ni Jean. Wala pang costumes na lumabas. So, wala kang, parang, I really wanted to do Jean kasi sabi ni Ate Edge. At sabi ni Ate Alodia, sabi, go na, gawin mo. Parang sabi ko, okay, sige, sinabi mo eh. So, yun. I really wanted to do her agad. So, that was the second most challenging cosplay for me. Kasi it was new eh. Parang I had to do everything by myself. Kasi magkahiwalay kami ni Zach. So yun.
Wow. Really
Yeah.
challenging. Grabe. How about you, Sak? Ikaw ba? Anong most challenging cosplay for you?
I can say dalawa din. Uh, the very most challenging talaga, and it's my most favorite. It's the Cloud Strife from the Final Fantasy VII remake. Because last year I got to complete the costume. I got to how do you say this? I got to complete it, but it turned out well. It was well received naman, but I wasn't satisfied with it. So this whole year, as in this whole year, from January till now, I spent improving it since the game came out, and then you see all the details on the screen, like all the tiny details. Then the 3D models of the game became available to the public. You can see each and every tiny detail, so you can't help but be bothered, but to try to get all those details as accurate as possible. So it took a lot of like trial and error. We bought some materials that we didn't end up using because it didn't work. We had to dye fabric several times just to get the right color, because the color was like it was changing in under different lighting. So it's hard to replicate something like that, no, like something that has no how do you say this, something that has no um, single look, because in a way it's multicolor under different lighting environments. So that's the challenge there. And then the wig styling and everything, the detailing of the armor. Basically, it's overall it's just a lot of trial and error and experimenting. and to pull off a character that is so well loved, it's such a timeless classic. Yeah, it was very fulfilling, even though it was very difficult, and it took like a while, but all of it was worth it.
Wow.
Second most
Wow.
challenging is Edward Scissorhands,
Oh
because I
my.
did that two years
Wow.
ago. Yeah, yeah. I'm a fan of like Tim Burton's work. So to be able to like really put yourself into the character, I had to absorb the movie like three times, uh, to just feel the emotions of the character, feel the way he moves, feel all the tiny gestures that he does, and then given it's a movie character, the props are obviously more detailed since we have something, we see it on the screen as something very tangible, since it's an actual movie prop, it's not special effects, like making the scissor hands, making the wig, uh, replicating how the makeup was made, all the stitches on his face, all the scars. Yeah, that was very challenging. And the fact that you have to like stay in stasis like this because you have scissor hands, and then
Five
you're just
hours.
quiet the whole time because
He froze.
if you can
Yan eh.
scratch yours like, yeah, I was literally frozen. You have to like really, really, really feel for the character, and then I really felt it because like having scissors for fingers was not easy at all. I could not eat properly. I could not do the things that I have. And the funniest thing of all is I did it in a Halloween party. So imagine I can't party because
Mm-mm.
I just have to stand and like
You
be
can
quiet.
lie. Mm-mm.
Yeah, yeah. But then it was worth it. It was also worth it in the end because I got to win the best costume of the night award.
Yeah.
So
Who would
all
that
the
get the best
sleepless
costume
nights.
for all of that? Wow.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Deserving.
Thank you
Sobra.
so much. Yeah. So
Like, imagine the end, diba?
yeah,
Ang
it's
hirap
so
pag
hard. It's
ganun.
really hard since like your fingers are literal scissors.
So you cosplayed
it's,
Cloud,
it's a
right,
me-
Zach?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, have Roxanne
It's like
tried
my main
cosplaying
character right now.
like Aerith or Tipa?
I did
Roxanne?
both.
She
Oh
actually
wow,
conquered
I
both.
have to see that. Wow.
Yeah, I
So
did
Yeah,
that's
both.
why
yeah.
I'm like a fan of Final Fantasy VII, and I'm now playing the remake. It was one of my my my
Nice.
most favorite game. Wow, it was the best game for
Yeah,
me for
same,
me.
same. It's my
Wow.
main. Yeah, same then. I agree. I
Tifa,
agree.
my Tifa is most my most loved character. I mean,
Wow.
from
Oh.
my fans, a lot of international. I garnered a lot of international fans because of my Tifa cosplays, especially
Yeah,
the
same. Likewise.
nightgown ones, the nightgown one.
Just a quick
Yeah.
question for Sak. If you have to choose like between Tifa and Aerith, if you're Cloud, who would you love more?
Oh no!
Sorry. Parehas
I
ko
know the
sila
answer.
mahal, pero Team Tifa ako solid.
Tifa talaga siya.
Tifa talaga
Tifa
siya.
talaga.
Okay.
Tifa talaga solid.
Wow. So I think
But yeah, we
yeah.
have more
Wow.
FF7 plans then in the future because
Wow.
after my remaking of my costume, Roxanne has to remake hers again, and then we have another project na surprise na lang, pero
Yes!
Woo!
we'll have
Abangan
an
yan.
Aries. We'll have an
Abangan.
Aries with us,
We'll have
so
an
we'll have a
Aries
team.
na.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have a 3-person party just like in the game. So
Yeah.
abangan nyo na lang. Surprise na lang.
I don't know if Vincent. I've not finished yet the Final Fantasy remake. I don't know if Vincent will be there, but I think Vincent would also fit the shape of your face and
Oh
your
yeah,
body. If ever Vincent comes out, probably it would be another
yeah.
recommended
Actually,
for you.
Yeah, man. Nice that you brought that up because actually, I also love Vincent as a character. I also
Yeah.
love the way he looks. Pero the fact that you know, not to spoil you, man, pero it's not the full game kasi yung remake.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just
yeah,
like
yeah.
a one chapter pa lang. So
I
like
think they,
I have
they're
to wait
planning
for
to make it
the
a trilogy. Yeah.
yeah, something like that. Yeah. You have to I have to like wait for the remake Vincent first before I get to do that.
Yes.
So yeah, we came to the 1 hour mark of our show. Then let's ask, since you guys are really, through cosplaying, you've been an influencer, whether you like it or not, people look up to you. You have fans,
Yeah.
and that they will be stalking all your moves, whether you like it or not. So to end our our show for today, what can you tell our fans? What can you share to them? Your wisdom and final message to our viewers and to your fans. Roxanne?
Um, just enjoy. It's okay. It's okay if you feel lazy now, or if you're not feeling like it to cosplay now because it's pandemic and it's quarantine. That's okay. Do everything at your own pace. Like for me, I usually, because I tend to do new stuff every week, almost every week. It's one of my coping. Cosplay has been one of my coping for my anxiety, so it's pretty normal for me to do this. So don't pressure yourself too much. But if you want to start, for people who wants to start in cosplaying, start small, start simple. Don't I suggest you pick a character that's easy, so you can work on it slowly and you can get the details if you want to be a detailed cosplayer. Just at the end of the day, in every hobby, the most important thing is to enjoy it. Enjoy every process of it
Have fun.
and have fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Zach?
Ayun. Same as Rox. Basically, start simple. Don't overwhelm yourself with like big cost plans. Because honestly, me as a kid, my very first character that I want to cosplay was Cloud Strife. But obviously, for a 10-year-old back then who doesn't have access to materials, I wouldn't be able to pull it off at all. And I was so overwhelmed with the details that I didn't get anything done. So I guess like you have to start simple, and then you can start building on that more and more. Because if you build on a simple foundation, you can start learning more techniques until you can level up to more detailed costumes. And like yeah, like Roxanne said, have fun. This is a hobby. You do it for yourself, not to please other people. Because you like it, you love the characters, you love basically you love cosplaying. You do it for yourself because it's really for yourself talaga. It's something to make you happy. As I see a
Tama,
lot of
tama.
like cosplayers, especially the new ones who feel like they're not good enough because
Because
they're
walang
not getting
likes
enough likes,
or
they're not getting
shares
enough followers.
or
Don't do
attention.
it for that. Yeah, don't do it for that. But if you're blessed with that kind of platform, eventually you have to be responsible with um with how you act, because whether you like it or not, people look up to you, and you have to set a good example, because after you there will be another generation. And if you set this the example and the standard, they'll be the one you'll be of good influence. That's it.
Tama, tama. I remember first time ko magko-cosplay ng Master Pogi, ang unang comment sa akin, hindi ka mukha ni Mr. Satan, you look like Tom Jones. So, but anyway, I did it. And then, ngayon, parang,
Yeah. Oh, yun.
I just Wag niyo akong
Ikaw na.
tawaging Master Pogi. Kasi parang gusto ko la, alam mo, nawala yung, parang gusto ko, David, mag-cosplay ako ng Bane. They would still call me Mr. Satan. Parang, oh my God.
Yeah. It really stuck with you na talaga.
Ganun kasi, like, I'm for sure, so at some point, one of your cosplays will really get stuck to the mind of your fans. And di ba, ano,
Yeah,
IK, you have,
that's true.
and Zackt and Roxanne, you still have the campaign for fundraising? Nagpa-fundraise pa rin ba kayo para sa mga
Oh, actually,
nabiktima ng
Zackt
typhoon?
not
donated na.
anymore.
I
I
see.
already
I'm gonna
donated my proceeds yesterday.
Wow.
I'm
So
gonna
I'm really
donate later
grateful
after my
to all my
shoot.
yeah. To everyone who's watching right now who donated, thank you so much for showing your kindness, your generosity, and your heart of giving. Because it was my first time doing something like this, and to see all of the community coming together to help society. It's something really fulfilling and inspiring. So thank you to everyone who donated.
Thank
We
you
have
din sa
donated
mga nag-donate.
everything. Yeah.
Really awesome job, guys. I'm really proud that
Thank
you've
you so
been
much.
our guest for Animazing show, and I hope to meet you in person and even collaborate with you. Probably we could talk about
Yeah.
having God of War collaboration. If you love God of War, I think that's one of my
I haven't
favorite
tried it yet.
cosplay
Yeah.
as well. Yeah, we're trying to pull out a group cosplay for God of War because it's one thing that's really difficult to do considering the looks
It's
and
very difficult. Yeah.
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 So, thank you. So proud of you. So proud of you.
Thank you so much.
Okay,
Thank you so
Thank you
much
so
for
much for
having
having us.
us. Thank you.
it's an
Stay
honor.
safe. Stay safe. Be
So,
healthy.
everyone. Okay,
And of course, thank you so much, Zach and Roxanne, for gracing our show with your presence today. And I hope you guys
Thank you so
look
much.
forward to you more of your endeavors in the future. More power to you guys.
Thank
I
you.
hope to see you soon in
Thank
cons
you.
as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
again,
Stay safe muna. We'll see each other
Yeah,
all.
stay safe muna, guys.
thank you.
To everyone
Thank you
too.
so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you.
And guys, I think that ends our animation show for today. I think we should discuss next week about the impending discussion on the anime piracy. It's napakahabang usapan. Siguro ang pinag-usapan natin dito dapat a special episode. And also before we end, let's shout out to Ran Tubig, Camille Postolero, Brian Pablo, Tactic Bulus Vargas, Kauri Kaganda, and yeah, Kauri Kaganda. Thank you guys for watching and do subscribe to Otaku Play PH. Thank you guys. See you again next week. And
Thank
thanks
you so
Roxanne
much.
and
Thank you.
Zackt.
Thank you.
Please support these guys. They're really awesome.
Yeah.
They're helping out
Thank you
Thank you
for
so
people.
much.
Highly
appreciating.
recommended.
Thank you.
Bye guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Same time,
Bye.
3 p.m. Bye bye.